Hi, welcome to the Car Guys. This week we're at Duncan Hamilton.
We're here to see a very special car, only one of 46 light car company rockets. Here it is, folks. This is the Light Car Company rocket. This was developed between 1991 and 1998 by F1 car designer Gordon Murray, who you may remember from the McLaren F1, quite a good pedigree, and also Chris Craft, who was a racing driver, did a couple of Grand Prix in Formula 1. They built this car really to show the essence of driving. Pure lightweight car does 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. So if you want a pure driving machine, this is it. Nothing to distract the driver from what he needs to do. Beautiful short shift gear stick. You can see there you've got the dials right in front, you've got the tach right in front, speedometer and temperature gauge. Of course, the interesting thing about this car is that you can fit 2 people in it. You can actually get someone in the back there, and there's surprisingly more room than you'd think. This is the most exciting car I think I've ever been in. The Light Car Company rocket is astounding. It's just so visceral. The acceleration, the gears clunk in there with a short throw, the noise, the wind buffeting. I mean, this is the most fun you can have in a car. You've got to wear gloves, obviously. You've got to wear a hat. You can see the extremities of the car easily. Tiny little mirrors, tiny windscreen. So far, it's beyond my expectations. This is a truly, truly stunning car. And there is no way this is not going into the Car Guys collection. It's car collection day here at Duncan Hamilton. I'm in the rocket, I bought it, I picked it up, now it's time to take it out for a spin. Right, so the rocket's back here at CarGuys home base, and what we're going to do now, have a look around the car, enjoy it, drink in the details, and obviously Jason gets to see it in a lot more detail than before, and of course the most important thing, we get to drive it. So as you can see, it's very, very orange. It's a lovely colour, this one. It's not the original colour, I think that was either blue or silver, but now it's in this sort of pseudo McLaren racing orange, which I absolutely love. Very diminutive little car. Let me show you some of the driving controls. So here we are sat inside the Light Car Company rocket. It's quite claustrophobic in here, as you'd expect. It's a bit of a trauma to get in and out. It's a tight Formula 1 style cockpit. You adjust the seat with the bar down there. You have the space frame chassis all around you. You've got a couple of grab handles here for the passengers. Under here you have the choke for the car when you want to start it up. Over here we've got the handbrake, which is a very simple mechanical device. So pedal box is relatively tight. It's really tight. So there's your accelerator, brake, clutch. So all very simple under there. And I guess that means that this car is number 29. And then in terms of the dashboard, we've got hazard warning lights. We've got the all-important starter button there, ignition key indicators. You'll notice the quality of the buttons here has all the integrity and style of an early Austin Mini, so pure Bakelite style switches. Over on this side we've got the horn, hazards, fog lights, standard lights and high beam. This is the gear lever, so a sequential box, so a clutch down and it's back into first and then forward into second, third, fourth and fifth. There's no indicator on this car to show you what gear that you're actually in, so you kind of have to just remember what it is. So one thing this car could do with is a gear indicator, but a lot of these I've seen have got digital dashboards. This one's still got the analog one, so it just doesn't have that indicator, but I prefer the classic analog dials. Rev counter in the middle, speedometer there. This car's done 11,500 miles. So nicely run in. You've got the temperature gauge there on the right, and below it you have some indicator lights to show you whether you're in neutral, very important because there's no other way of telling. An oil light, petrol, really when that comes on you've just got to go and get petrol, so there's no real indicator as to how much petrol you've got, but when the light comes on, figure you've got maybe 25-30 miles left. When I was looking to pick up this car from Duncan Hamilton, I happened to mention that the orange was very much like the McLaren Racing orange or F1 GTR orange, and lo and behold, when I picked up the car, they had added an original McLaren Kiwi decal to the side, which is a lovely touch. Who knew there was a little storage locker at the front of the car, look. So you got the dashboard there, then over here, nice little place to store your gloves and your hat. Behind you've got a second seat, which I've currently got the cover on for, but that's where Jason will be getting in just a minute. And that's it. It really is a very, very simple car.
Can we just point out the headlights? Can we just point these out? Look at that. You tell me that doesn't make you giggle.
It's a bit Heath Robinson, I'll admit, but it's a very clever engineering solution. It's lightweight, there isn't a need for a motor, it's not out of the way so that it doesn't get in the way of the airflow when you don't need it. It's a clever engineering solution. Gordon Murray is all about clever engineering solutions. Look at the way you can see the exposed suspension, just
I like that. Yeah, no, I like that. I like the fact that it's all rose jointed, twin wishbones, so you're going to get proper handling out of it. This is not standard suspension on this though, is it?
No, this has been replaced, these ones. These are now Öhlins.
So it's now got some pretty serious bits of kit on the corners then.
Yeah, whoever had this before knew what they were doing. So this is where the second seat is sat behind here normally. This one covers it on, so you basically just bend it out, because all it is just a sort of composite material.
Lovely.
Canoe making material, and you just bend that out there. Very simple again, just pops in and out, and hey presto, the second seat.
When he says second seat, now thankfully I'm quite slight.
It's surprisingly comfortable because your legs go either side of me.
Like a log flume.
Yeah, exactly like a log flume. Just imagine that. Have you ever been to Alton Towers? Have you ever been to Thorpe Park? Just like that.
This is what it's like.
Just like that.
It's just a log flume.
Yeah. So you're going to sit in there, you're going to straddle me.
Oh Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think it was going to turn into that kind of show.
But obviously at the moment the seat is far forward, so I can actually get in it to start with, but then it'll go forward and you'll be able to fit in. So surprisingly...
I like the grab handles as well. Can we see the grab handles?
Yeah, or panic handles as they are in this case.
Oh really? So it's quick then, is it?
Yeah, so what we need to remember here is that this car has got a 1000cc Yamaha engine which produces about 140 brake horsepower, but of course it only weighs about 380 kilograms. So it's got a power to weight ratio of 361 brake horsepower per tonne, which is the same, I shit you not, as the Porsche 918 Spider.
Shut up!
So in answer to your question, yes, it is fast. This thing is an experience. This isn't a car, this is a fairground ride that you drive on the public road.
Obviously this is where the power plant is, and what do we know about the power plant? What is it?
It's a 1000cc Yamaha engine, motorbike engine. Old school, screwdriver, pop that out. Actually take them out.
Here we go, big reveal. Dun dun dun. Oh. Well, it's a motorbike engine.
It's mean and purposeful. I'm sure it's a very, very exciting Yamaha engine. Key and air filters, Weissman
gearbox.
Very, very cool. Very compact. You can see the whole design.
Packaging is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Proper Formula One tech. Bolted straight in.
And notice how the rear suspension is actually bolted to the gearbox. That very Formula One. And also, I've got a sneaky suspicion, I could be wrong, but no, I'm not, is the engine is bolted directly to the chassis. So it actually forms part of the rear of the car. This is definitely built by a race car engineer. This is not built by a normal road car engineer. So I think we should stop talking about it, camera it up and get out and drive.
I think that might be a very good idea. Right, well, I said that the light car company rocket was quite hard to get into, so I'm going to show you now how you enter into a light car company rocket. You don't want to be really holding on to this flexible composite tub. So what you have to do really is step over onto the driver's seat.
Right.
And then hold on to the space frame chassis and then just drop yourself down into it. I've decided to go with the Boston Strangler, mainly for extra purchase on the steering wheel, because let's face it, with Jason in the back screaming in my ear, I don't want to lose it and turn into a fireball. Oh yeah. We're gonna die! So here we are in the light car company rockets.
Surely this isn't legal.
This is most definitely legal.
Crazy!
Oh yeah.
30 miles an hour, I've never felt so fast.
So I mean, it's just such a visceral experience. You've got the wind buffeting, you've got bees smashing into your face. As a car, it's just so light. And so even though the engine isn't that powerful, you are absolutely flying no matter what you do. Gear shift is a real short throw gear shift, so it's very satisfying. Plunks into place, especially first gear. Here we go then. Time to open her up. Protection in case you get a stone flicked up at you. I mean, my view out of the front of this car is the same as a Formula 1 car. I mean, it's just astounding. If you watch that footage of Ayrton Senna in Mexico, this is just the same. You don't have to wear a crash helmet, but I guess it makes it slightly more comfortable.
I know Damien's trying to talk to me, but I can't hear a word he's saying.
Brakes are good, but you can lock up the brakes quite easily.
So nimble the way that it turns, so amazingly quick. Why did he only make 46?
I think because they were so ludicrously priced. They were sort of £40,000 in 1992.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, you know, and we're talking about some steel, some plastic.
Yeah, there's not a lot to it.
4 wheels and a seat for 40 grand. So no wonder there wasn't too many nutters out there who wanted to do it. Yeah. Many McLaren F1 owners also own a rocket.
It's a matching set though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So they want that pure lightweight experience. And the interesting thing is in just 5 minutes, you're actually going to be driving this.
Oh, I have to say, the seating position is a lot nicer for the driver than it is for the passenger. mental. The steering is so light. You can't grip the wheel because he wants to shimmy around all over the place, and that actually is part of the fun. The car moves around all over the road, but once you get used to the fact that it's not going to try and just spit you off, it actually is really, really nice. Pitch it into the corner, apply a bit of throttle. And we're off. This is truly one of the most epic driving experiences you can have. It's like driving a go-kart on the road. It's so much more because you've got that racing car, which is just incredible. The whole thing is just an amazing experience. I'm absolutely exhausted, physically and mentally. It's too much to take in.
So are you willing to concede now that it may not have been as bonkers and crazy a purchase
Yes.
as you first thought?
Yeah. Shall we cut back to me saying,
what's this load of old donkey shit?
what's this donkey that you, why have you bought that? Sorry, pushing duties. Cars are not designed to be pushed. Here's a not quite so good ending to our rocket video.
My bet is it's going to be fuel, so we've got some fuel coming. If it isn't that, then we're buggered. Right, so we finally got the car home. Fortunately, it was just petrol. We'd run out of petrol, and the little light that says, please fill me up with petrol, has unfortunately not working.
It broken.
It was in fact two dickheads who ran out of petrol.
Hello.
So what do we think? The light car company rocket, we've comprehensively thrashed it. We've driven it in every conceivable condition, including rush hour traffic.
As soon as you turn it on, it just fizzes, and you fizz with it, and it's just crazy. I mean, it's so lightweight, such thin tyres on it, but it's just such an experience. And when you
quirky,
get your foot down,
isn't it? It's idiosyncratic. It's a crazy thing. You get weird looks from people.
the looks have been amazing today, haven't they? Kid, I just saw one kid jump over a fence crossing a dual carriageway to come and look at it. So slightly dangerous. Don't do that at home, kids.
It's not everyone's choice, but it is if you want an exhilarating early 50s Formula One Ayrton Senna around Mexico experience, except no substitute.
Yeah, no, totally. This is it.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Please subscribe if you do, and leave comments and likes. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun presenting this video to you, and I hope you'd see you on the next one.
There we go.